El miércoles 27 de abril de 2016, John Todd llamó a la oficina del alguacil del condado de Martin para informar que su hermana, Tricia Todd, estaba desaparecida. Ese día, Tricia no recogió a su hija Faith de la niñera, lo cual era muy inusual para ella. Cuando los agentes llegaron a la residencia donde vivía Tricia, la escena dentro de su casa parecía normal. Nada estaba saqueado y nada parecía sospechoso. Sin embargo, su vehículo estaba estacionado frente a su residencia, pero no en su lugar habitual. Dentro del vehículo, la policía encontró su bolso y llaves en el asiento del pasajero, pero su teléfono celular y billetera no se encontraban por ninguna parte. Los agentes iniciaron una alerta general en busca de una persona desaparecida. Tricia a veces salía de su casa en medio de la noche para caminar por la playa. Para llegar a esa área desde su hogar, tenía que pasar por algunas de las partes más peligrosas de la ciudad. Los detectives sospechaban que podría haber salido a nadar tarde en la noche y posiblemente se hubiera ahogado, pero no estaban seguros. Todo lo que tenían en ese momento eran especulaciones. Esa noche, los agentes se pusieron en contacto con el hermano de Tricia y le preguntaron con quién estaba por última vez. El señor Todd indicó que su exesposo, el señor Williams, estaba en la ciudad y probablemente fue la última persona con ella. Cuando la policía se comunicó con Steven por teléfono, explicó que había venido a la ciudad para visitar a su hija, lo cual era algo común. Steven Williams, quien había servido previamente en la Fuerza Aérea y no tenía antecedentes penales, cooperó completamente con los investigadores y se mostró como una persona tranquila y relajada. Tricia tenía la custodia de su hija Faith y Steven podía ver a Faith cuando quisiera. Él visitó a Tricia y Faith esa semana de abril. Condujo desde la base en Carolina del Norte y se quedó en un Airbnb en Florida. Ese día, el 26 de abril, Tricia dejó a Faith con él para pasar la noche. Al día siguiente, Tricia debía recoger a Faith de la niñera e ir a trabajar, pero no apareció. Dado que Steven fue reportado como la última persona que vio a Tricia con vida, fue invitado a la sala de interrogatorios en la oficina del alguacil del condado de Martin para una entrevista formal. Steven les dijo a los detectives que fue a recoger a su hija de la niñera. Hubo un momento esa noche, cerca de la medianoche, donde su hija Faith empezó a ponerse inquieta, así que le envió un mensaje de texto a Tricia.
Like, hey, baby, super stuff fuzzy, I know it's late, but if you're up kind of thing, like, would you mind coming to comic or whatever? And then she would text back, like, on my way. Awesome. So, she goes goodbye, she comes over, she sits with Faith. Faith is happy now. 12:30, 1 o'clock by now. Probably at the minute. Yeah. She leaves, Faith is asleep. Well, she didn't leave, actually, since her car was out of gas. Which, that really frustrates me. That's her thing. Her car never had an she mentioned there's a gas station up the street, and I was like, you know what, gas stations, gas cans, you got any money, I'll just drive my car, I'll go get you a gas can and some gas, no big deal. So she gives me a 20, I leave, the gas station's maybe a half mile down. Get the gas can, pay for it, I'll do that, leave, put the gas in her car, and then I told her good night, basically. I'll contact you tomorrow, you can call me or whatever, that's it. The next day, Faith wakes up, I take her to Walmart. And I messaged her that day after getting no reply. Straight to voicemail. I'm like, that's annoying. I don't want to stay here. I don't like driving at night. So I was like, you know what? I'll just take her to Denise. That's where I picked her up from anyway, and that's who normally watches her.
La afirmación de Steven es que él dejó a su hija con la niñera y se regresó a casa. Los detectives encontraron este escenario desconcertante, ya que planteaba preocupaciones sobre por qué un padre se iría de la ciudad sin saber el paradero de la madre.
What do you think happened to her? I don't know. It would be like 1 in the morning or 3 in the morning, and she'd be like, oh, I wanted to go for a walk. She would say, like, I want to talk with God. But it's like, at 2 in the morning, you're just going to be walking the neighborhood by yourself. Like, you even have, like, some pepper spray. You don't have your phone. Like, she's that kind of person that's oblivious to that stuff. She had that, like, God will protect me thing going on. Like, nothing will happen to me. I'm a child of God. Thinking, like, that's having that kind of faith. But it gets to a point where, like, let's be reasonable here. Like, good people still die every day. There are times in life where things happen that we wish we could take back. And if this scenario that's involving you is a scenario where you either accidentally, intentionally, I don't know, did something, now's the time to tell us. I still care about her, I just don't want to be with her. That's right.
Después de horas de entrevista, los detectives aún no tienen evidencia para arrestar a Steven Williams. Era libre de irse a casa.
Tonight, the effort to find a missing Hobe Sound mother continues. Trisha Todd was reported missing on Wednesday.
We don't want to miss something.
Sheriff William Snyder says there's no timetable to call off the search, not ruling anything out at this time.
So we don't have any evidence of a crime, but we have very suspicious circumstances under which she's missing.
Más de 60 voluntarios se unieron a un equipo de agentes para buscar minuciosamente en la áspera maleza de Florida cerca de la casa de Tricia. La policía buscaba incansablemente en cada posible ubicación, con la esperanza de encontrar pistas sobre el paradero de Tricia. Mientras hablaban con la familia de Tricia, los detectives descubrieron hechos muy perturbadores sobre el pasado y el comportamiento de Steven. Los investigadores no solo encontraron evidencia de que Steven había matado a los cachorros de Tricia, sino que también descubrieron un historial inquietante. Aunque nunca fue oficialmente acusado o condenado, Steven había sido arrestado por violencia doméstica contra Tricia. Su madre recordó un incidente impactante en el que la golpeó en el estómago mientras estaba embarazada, causando horrorosamente un aborto espontáneo. Al revisar minuciosamente la línea de tiempo de los eventos, los detectives encontraron una inconsistencia en la historia de Steven. Uno de los vecinos informó que lo vio salir en el auto de Tricia, un detalle que Steven omitió en su entrevista. Los investigadores estaban seguros de una cosa. El auto de Tricia, encontrado inicialmente en su casa por la mañana, estaba claramente fuera de lugar. La tarea era descubrir evidencia que llevara a los investigadores a recopilar imágenes de las cámaras de vigilancia en negocios cercanos. Tras un examen más detenido, las imágenes revelaron algo sorprendente. El auto de Tricia había salido de su residencia, levantando sospechas. Lo que hizo esto particularmente desconcertante fue la declaración anterior de Steven, afirmando que ella no se fue hasta alrededor de las 2 de la mañana. Sin embargo, las imágenes del video mostraban su auto circulando por la US 1 a la 1 de la mañana. Todas las miradas se dirigieron a Steven como un posible conductor. Si realmente había tomado su auto, habría tenido que regresar a casa a pie. Después de revisar las imágenes de 3 cámaras diferentes, identificaron una figura que coincidía con la descripción de Steven. En el fondo ligeramente iluminado, apenas podían distinguir a una persona con una marcha distintiva. Esta persona parecía estar caminando desde las inmediaciones de la residencia de Tricia hacia el norte de US 1 en las primeras horas de la mañana. Esta revelación marcó un avance significativo en la investigación. Los detectives decidieron confrontar a Steven con esta evidencia recién encontrada. Lo llamaron a la comisaría para otra entrevista.
The neighbor saw you leaving her car. He saw you going back and forth. You recognize here and there? That's the entrance to the community, isn't it? Yeah, it's one way in, one way out.
Los detectives no compartieron las imágenes de las cámaras con Steven porque su baja calidad las hacía inconclusas, dándole la oportunidad de negar que era él y afirmar que podría haber sido otra persona. La estrategia que tenían no era mostrarle el video, sino mostrarle las ubicaciones hacia donde estaban dirigidas las cámaras de video.
So we see her pulling in, 12:08. At the time you said she came over. For 1:20, there goes her car coming out. A couple minutes later, that same car, her car, makes the U-turn right here. Okay. We see the car coming back in here. So literally went towards her house, came back. Why is that? Didn't go home. You know the cameras get footage of the sidewalk all the way up US 1. And people on foot also. Around 4 in the morning. 4 in the morning? I'd be asleep by then. I did tell you that that camera at that computer place is HD. It's you walking.
La detective era consciente de las tendencias narcisistas de Steven, así que aprovechó este conocimiento y se esforzó por establecer una conexión con él al retratar a Tricia de manera negativa.
You're good looking, you're young, you got straight, and you got this crazy. She's come after you before. Did she come after you that night? Something happened, and you were just, oh, what do I do now? No, she never came after me. Nothing. It's an overwhelming amount of evidence pointing at you. So help me
continue painting this picture of this face. I wish she's asking you.
I don't know where she is.
You don't even know where she's at.
I don't. I really don't.
I need you to work with me. I need to tell them that you were being 100% honest with me.
First time I left,
Okay?
she asked me to go back and get her laptop so she can keep working. Okay, I'll make it here. She's happy. So that you have to leave and she freaks out. I'll go.
Okay.
So I leave.
Makes sense.
She's hard. Barely had it yet. And I'm thinking I can make it, but it doesn't look like it. Just turn around and go back. And she's back. She was on the floor. And she wasn't very responsive. Freaked out. And I'm like, oh my god, now she's lying on the floor. She's not responsive. And this looks really bad. And all I'm thinking is, I don't know why you're doing this to me when I've done nothing but be a good person to you. So I just put her in the car. And I'm just driving and thinking.
But she passed away in that car. It was nothing you did to her. She just passed away. And then you freaked out even more. Is that fair to say? Did you just lay her down out in the open?
Yes, I just let her lay there, so peaceful. You're just lying there, you're breathing shallow. I can't call.
Breathing?
I don't know where the hell I am.
We had already determined that she had passed while she was in the car. You can't go back. Tell me she was shallow breathing.
Shallow. Really shallow.
En un giro repentino de los acontecimientos, Steven admitió que Tricia había fallecido en su auto. Posteriormente, optó por desechar su cuerpo en el costado de la carretera. Sin embargo, luego recordó su admisión, dándose cuenta de que se había implicado a sí mismo, y retiró su declaración al afirmar que Tricia, de hecho, aún estaba viva, ya que mostraba signos de respiración.
I was hoping she would just snap out of it. Come back and drop her car off. I just changed. Didn't want anything to do with it.
Where did you change your clothes?
It was right there. Threw the whole bag away. I didn't ask for this. I just spent some time with my daughter.
You didn't.
I don't know what's going on. I just don't know anything.
She was in here and she was playing this way.
Was this carpet here?
I know this is some kind of like trick. This is some kind of like ploy to get back at me or to things up for me.
How long was she on the floor before you decided to check her or use her?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I just
What did you do with her?
was put her in the court. Freaked out. I didn't know what I should do at that point.
Los investigadores estaban convencidos de que Steven estaba realizando un elaborado acto, fingiendo estar molesto y llorando, aunque no se derramaron lágrimas. A pesar de esto, los detectives tenían que mantener la farsa por un tiempo, permitiéndole creer que tenía el control. Luego le aconsejaron que la mejor opción era llevarlos al lugar donde la había dejado pacíficamente y él aceptó hacerlo.
We're going to go south on US 1.
None of this seems familiar. None of this seems like anything.
So have we gone too far?
I have no idea.
Do you love your daughter?
Of course I do. Of course I do.
Okay. You need to give her mother.
I can't.
Okay, I told you she's gonna need some type of stability.
I have no.
And you're all she's got.
don't even know
You
where
are the
this
only
leads.
living parent that she has left. You need to show her, like, she's gonna grow up saying, my dad did something to my mom, and he left her out. Is that what you want your daughter to grow up thinking? Knowing that take me to her. You have to. Steven, you know
I don't know. I don't
the only
play
reason you're
spades.
not taking me there is because something else happened to her that night.
Después de conducir sin rumbo, los detectives no habían logrado encontrar a Tricia. Steven creía que una vez más había evitado ser arrestado y que era libre de volver a casa. Sin embargo, ya no estaba en control porque lo que había olvidado es que todo el tiempo que estaba explicando esto, les había dicho a los detectives que dejó a su hija, Faith, en la casa sola. Como resultado, fue arrestado por poner en peligro a un menor, lo que dio a los detectives más tiempo para seguir interrogándolo.
You're no point try to do CPR, call 911. You don't do any of that. You go in her car.
Yes, so I could take her home is what I thought. I can just take her home and she can
But you
out of
didn't.
my-
But you didn't. You
Because-
wanted her out of here, and you got it.
Because I didn't.
You got it, and I'm gonna prove it. There really is no emotion in there. There really is nothing in there for her, huh?
I'm
wanted
going
her
off of what
gone.
you're saying. I wanted her to not be dead in my home. I wanted whatever this not be affecting me the way it was.
Tom back home. Oh, we haven't met yet. What's your name? First thing I need you to get me over is you could tell them this version of events and leave out this whole, as you said multiple times, laptop thing.
Because it was stupid and it didn't make sense.
Something doesn't make sense. It's generally not true. That doesn't look good. If I sat over there and you sat here, what would you think of me telling you that? Right?
Yeah.
You come back and Trisha's laying on the floor with an injury. You know, 911, boom, cops are there, ambulance, she gets treated. You did not do that, right? Do you have a conscience?
Yes.
Do you? And as she's laying in the back of the car, your conscience never kicked in and said, maybe she's still alive. Maybe I should take this on to save a human life. Not just a human, but the mother of my child.
Because I didn't think that I don't have a conscience?
No, I'm not insinuating, I'm saying it.
You mean like I had this whole grand... I didn't have any plan.
No,
I didn't know anything.
It's the most poorly executed murder in history.
I didn't murder her.
Dos detectives diferentes intentaron obtener una confesión de Steven, pero ambos enfoques resultaron ineficaces. Las tácticas de interrogatorio agresivas y hostiles solo lograron que Steven se retirara más. Era evidente que era necesario un cambio de estrategia. Fue entonces cuando el detective Daniel Dulac entró en la habitación. Dan se había unido recientemente al departamento y esto marcó su primera participación significativa en un caso de homicidio.
What I want to do is try to set the stage so that you can actually tell the narrative about what actually happened, which is not that you planned all this. You know, it's maybe you guys got in an argument. Maybe it was over the computer. Maybe it was over the gas.
Because I sit here and tell you that she attacked me, that's just another story that you're just going to be like, well, that's 5 different stories he's telling now. And that doesn't help either. So what do you want me to tell you? Dan?
I want you to tell me the truth. The truth is never anywhere near as bad as what people will believe if you let them come up with their own story.
I don't hate her. I never hated her. I didn't.
So tell me that story. I think you're a good guy. You're a family. You're trying to do the best that you can. Okay? I know you were there. I want you to tell me what happened.
People's imagination wild, and they will come up with the most horrific things. Just talk to me about from midnight.
I would never text her. I was already late. She had already left. I would never text her.
And you're a good dad.
That's it. That's all I was trying to do. Was just, Dad, just okay. You want your mom? Fine. Like, I'm not going to deny you that. You know, talks about dogs, child support, and just more stupid stuff that I just for the most part tried to ignore. And then there was a mix-up with the check, but that's not my fault because you told me this was your address. So yeah, that's where I mailed it to. And that's not the mailing address. So I'm like, that's not my fault. If you told me you moved, I did this whole thing and I made sure the check was going to go wherever you moved to. If you're not at your mom's house. And then she's just going, oh, now I owe her more money and back child support. It's just stupid. I was like, just let me have your account information. Just use the account number and I'll direct deposit it and this will never happen. And no, that's not going to work. You owe me all this money. And I don't want this. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why you're so mad. If you took a freaking crazy pill all the way over here, that really pissed her off. And it just escalated. And then I just moved her away and then she slipped. And that's where she fell. And I'm like, oh shit. I asked her if she was okay. It was like a weird sound. She didn't say no. And then I freaking panicked. And then I just freaking panicked. And it just it's so fast. And then I pushed her. And then it wouldn't push. I was trying to get her away. Stop yelling in my face. It's like, just, you know, like if she was at that, fine. But she wasn't. And I'm like, please just stop. And so I went to move her away and she hit her head. And I didn't mean for that. That wasn't my freaking fault. I wasn't. And all they did is great. Now I've pushed her and she's hurt her head, and I'm done. I'm just everything I've tried to do, everything I've tried to be is done because I made a mistake. I didn't even lose my cool. I just tried to move you away. I just did. I'm just very messed up.
Los detectives tenían suficiente para acusarlo de asesinato. Gracias a la evidencia de su animosidad, sus numerosas mentiras y su reciente confesión.
First, our top story, an arrest, as you heard, in the disappearance of that Hope Sound Todd's ex-husband charged with her murder.
Right now, the sheriff's office is focusing in on an area of the treasure cove for her body. Kelly Dunn begins our team coverage from their command post in Martin County.
That's right, Ashley and Michael. We are off Bridge Road, just west of I-95, where the sheriff's office has set up its command post. Sadly, they are on a search for remains of Trisha Todd. It was learned today that indeed she will never be coming home. Murdered, and her body was dumped.
Steven lo había planeado todo. Anteriormente, había comprado una motosierra en Carolina del Norte y ácido, y había cavado un agujero en Hombre Wildlife Preserve. Steven dijo que había planeado matar a Tricia con anticipación, pero aunque pasó todo el día con ella el día del asesinato, no pudo reunir el valor. Finalmente, Steven les dijo que estaba decidido a hacerlo y le envió un mensaje de texto a Tricia, diciendo que su hija de 2 años, que pasaba la noche con él en un Airbnb, estaba enferma. Cuando Tricia llegó, Steven dijo que primero intentó estrangularla, pero esperó a que recuperara la conciencia para poder obligarla a revelar su contraseña de correo electrónico y otra información. Steven dijo que planeaba escribir correos electrónicos falsos para hacer que la familia de Tricia pensara que ella se había ido a Haití en un viaje misionero. Pero cuando Tricia recuperó la conciencia, Steven dijo que la golpeó en la cabeza con un garrote hasta que se calmó. Luego la estranguló hasta la muerte. Su hija estaba durmiendo en la habitación de al lado. Steven luego llevó el cuerpo de Tricia a un lugar remoto en el Hombre Preserve, donde ya había cavado un agujero y estaba listo para contenerla con ácido. Fue allí donde cortó su cuerpo con una motosierra y enterró sus restos en un recipiente lleno de ácido. Aceptó llevarlos a su cuerpo a cambio de un acuerdo de culpabilidad de 35 años que le evitó la pena de muerte.